All right. Chevra, welcome to... Ich ga eraan van een Mozart zweite.
It's very hard. I don't know how to do this.
I'm very like, I had the roughest week, but I feel like I do this for Klal Yisrael and for myself because I enjoy, this is the start. And so I'm just saying, ich mache eigenlijk domme that I'm like so exhausted, but you know, somebody called me from a yeshiva today, a Hasidic yeshiva. They told me that they put on the podcast by lunch at night. They listen to it on a speaker, the ganze Oilem zusammen.
So Jewish, Yiddish entertainment.
And then, so it makes me think, okay, wenn ich nicht kann nerven, es ist spät bei Nacht, like, what do? Man hat nerven, and you do
Step up to the plate.
I'm saying all of this because I want to lead into the fact that you are amazing at what you do. You took something,
but yeah.
and you started something amazing that is potentially saving a lot of lives. And we'll go into the conversation for the interessant for the oilem, and jeder eine can feel free to comment and last message of the hotline or in the YouTube comments. I always say if there's enough messages, we'll come back and make a part two with us addressing. But today I'm sitting here with Baruch Guttman. We actually met on Piram, and now that everybody is talking about the scooter situation, I saw a new video that went out today from, I think it's Refuah Health, about the scooters also addressing. So more and more people, we're seeing the ads in the papers, seeing ads from everybody's putting it out, everybody's talking about it, influencers are talking about it, that scooters, how dangerous it is. I saw the video from Jonas and Schwartz taking the scooter, putting it into the dumpster, and making everybody that's giving up a scooter a hero, making everybody that's giving up a scooter a hero. And so to me, I call this the podcast of the people. Because here I'm doing every week an episode based off was the Oilem zogt, and ich bring it off average mensen. We darf nicht sein kein celebrity zu sein of the podcast. And we darf sein a hero, I guess, and you're a hero. You did something amazing. So Baruch, get us into the journey. Let's start from where you're now. What are you doing about this whole scooter situation? Why are you and scooters one?
Of course. So before we get there, you gave me all the reasons why I'm not the hero. So, I mean, I didn't do this by myself. I don't believe I started this.
Okay.
Some people may say, it's flattering, but there's so many people that are involved. There's so many people that gave up a lot of time. Honestly, I'm just here to help continue the conversation, to drive some conversation, and try to promote, educate, and not force things down people's throat, but to create a conversation about it. I obviously feel very passionate about this issue, and I have opinions, but those things, as we speak to people, those things change. You adapt, you learn, you listen. So that's generally what it's about.
It's amazing. Is this scooter dangerous?
So again, I don't think there's anyone that thinks this is safe, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't be talking about this.
I know. I've done an electric scooter. It felt a lot of fun.
So
what's the unsafetyness? Man, cut and dry. I'm asking because I'm 28 years old. I'm not in the age of scooters, and I don't have a kid yet with scooter.
Right.
So what's the give me the dry. What's the
Okay, so obviously the first thing is speed kills, right? So do you know how fast that scooter can go?
No, how fast?
Exactly. So many scooters can go,
30,
average
40
ones
miles?
you see on the street can go 20 to 30, and they can even be manipulated to go even faster. And then the heavy duty ones can go even faster.
So you're saying it hits one bump and you're flipped over?
Exactly. So one little pebble on the floor, one little crack on the sidewalk, a bottle, it's wet in the street. From 1 second to the next.
This is not approved. It's not approved by the government. What do you mean? How can you? Everybody can drive around. They're picking up the other bikes that was around in New York City.
It's funny you say that. There's actually people don't cop that most of these scooters that are on the street are not street legal. Given the fact that the speed that it goes, they're not, and the way that it's being driven is also not street legal.
By the way, sorry for not I didn't think I'm going to say this, but I literally have a cousin, shout out to you, without a name, that I think was really hurt by a scooter. Yeah, Muchy. I literally have a cousin that went through hell because of a scooter. Yeah. His Antata was upset and whatever. I don't think he's driving a scooter anymore though. So it's coming full circle, Baruch, because now ich weiß, was jener ist mitgemacht, and it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Ja, das ist gut. Jetzt können wir das heranlassen. So, you're right. It's dangerous. I'm on your side.
That's it. We're done. Nah, chas v'shalom.
No, it is, but you're right, and especially in Borough where there's not one street that's smooth. There's no such a thing. Sidewalks, stays, roads.
It's not a Bar Park issue. It's not a Williamsburg issue. It's not a Kish issue. It's not a United States issue. This is an issue throughout the world. You can go do your own research, and you'll see that this is a question that all communities are having, all
Right.
people are having. We see it in our community a lot now. First of all, we're all together.
Yeah.
We're one community. We feel bad for someone else's tzudas, but also, it became very popular, very, very quickly. If you would have said, 5 years ago, this is what's going to happen, I don't think anyone would have done it, right? Everyone would look back and say, hold on, let's take a chill. It became very popular way too quick, and at this point, it became like everyone has it, and then how do you get rid of it? And do you get rid of it? Is it okay to say to get rid of it?
Right.
Whose responsibility is it? The parents, the yeshivas. Bungle colonies are getting involved. Like, it's from all angles, and there is no real one-size-fits-all answer, and it's a collaborative effort, and that's what I tried doing. That's the message that I tried spreading. Yes, in the beginning, we came out full force, a ban. We have to, we're not going to let no scooter left behind.
Right.
It's all thing, but obviously this, it takes an entire community, and we can get into more detail, and we can have more conversation. But that's generally what this is about: hearing everyone out.
Now you have a background in safety, right? So you do that.
Yeah, so
during the day?
it's very interesting. I come from the construction real estate field. That's where I come from. My day is split 50-50. I'm an owner's rep, so I represent developers on construction projects and development.
Okay.
And I also have a paperwork consulting company where I help businesses and construction individuals, other industries as well, get licensing and certifications and stuff like that.
Right. Okay.
But I was always very passionate about safety. I was, it's something that I always felt was important in the construction industry. And yeah, it's something that, you go through all this training when you see these issues on the sites, and it's something that sticks with you, and it's something that I've always advocated for.
Right. And that leads us to the sponsor of this episode that I'm super grateful for, Sierra Safety. Now, a lot of people here might know or not know, I was in construction for about almost 4 years. And I was actually a super.
Oh, wow.
And I had to work together with a fire super, and a site super. We had everything. It was on 123 Linden. I don't know if you know that.
Of course.
Yeah? Okay. So I want to give a shout out to Sierra Safety, because anytime that you need side DOB approved plans, right? Safety plans and these things. And if you want to get a fire super or a site super that is required by law, Sierra Safety will get you the process smooth, efficient. They are the biggest in this industry, and they sponsored this episode because they're all about safety. So reach out to them. Let me give the information. The information is info@sierra-newyork.com. That's the website. And the phone number that you can call, text, or WhatsApp is 646-773-4900. Again, 646-773-4900. And they're, again, a one-stop shop for the DOB site safety plans. And if you want to get a site super or a fire super, you can reach out to them. Can we say the name of the guy that we're reaching out to? Aaron Brown. And reach out to him. He's a very nice guy, and he'll get you taken care of. Mention this episode when you reach out to him, or tell him that you see this video, so that he feels that there was feedback.
Yeah, I was very excited to hear that. He was interested. I think this is a perfect synergy, and he's top of the line when it comes to safety. Like, he's really does it the right way, making sure the job doesn't get shut down. I'm sure you remember those. You remember those days when everyone's afraid of DOB and
it's very scary.
Stop work orders and these things. So,
yeah, you have to make sure you have the right super on site.
Correct.
Because I know how it is. They're either very friendly, or you want to make sure you have somebody that's.
And you have to have that balance where the guy's not working for the DOB,
right?
But he's here to help you. But he wants to make sure the job
doesn't let things slip.
Exactly. So I was, I think.
Thank you, Sierra Safety. So okay, so now let's go to the other side of things when it comes to the scooters. A lot of people are saying, I spoke to a guy today. I don't want to say his name. He always has strong opinions, so I don't think that his but he says, I don't get this. You're throwing away scooters. Why is throwing away scooters? You're wasting money. You're driving kids crazy. You're taking away the little toy that they have. It's 2026. It's a world of AI. Suck up to it, they're saying, basically. Just acknowledge this is what it is. If you have an issue with the scooters, make a safety pathway for it. Don't have cars driving at 35 in London. They said it's 10 miles per hour. Have the cars drive slower. If you want, get them helmets. What do you say to all these claims?
So, all the claims are valid, and they should all be addressed. Okay. There's obviously two sides to the story. To address the first one that you said about kids and about being against, it's not anti-scooters. No one here is coming to say where it's against scooters. We're here to promote safety. We're here to promote people walking on the streets, and our grandmothers and grandfathers should be able to walk on the sidewalks. We're talking about, people shouldn't cause damage. The fact is, right now, it's a nuisance. Mm-hmm. That is a fact. I think people will all agree that it's an issue.
Yeah.
No one's saying it's not an issue. So how do we address it? So when it comes to kids, no one's here to tell the kids, you can't be you can't have technology inside, so now go outside. The second they go outside, now you can't have school. We're not telling people what to do. We're here to promote, and I think every parent wants their kids, they should go outside and come back safe. They should come back chas v'shalom alive. And you can say that, hey, but when they go on a bicycle, they could also hurt themselves. So I'm not the one that has to tell you. I mean, you can go, you mentioned that refuah video, and they're saying that right now the medical industry, this is the highest priority. You walk into any ER, speak to any ER doctors, do any little bit of research, that will tell you that this is one of the biggest concerns, and the dangers that come out of it is extreme, from the speed, from the fact that whether you're wearing a helmet. All these things are not necessarily the way to prevent it. And even the helmets themselves, if you read up, if you go on the AAA's website, they have an education guide which literally just came out, I think less than a month ago. Okay, you would think that after many, many years of all this talk, you would think that someone would come out, create a safety program, create education. There isn't such a thing. Even the AAA's manual, everyone's entitled to, we could put a link in the thing, doesn't teach you how to ride it. It tells you some safety tips, how to make hand signals. When you make a hand signal, you're taking your hand off the handlebar, and it says you should always have two hands, I think.
And with two hands, is it safer?
All these things, the example that I would give is, let's say, if you want to learn how to ski, you want to learn how to go mountain biking, you want to learn how to go ATVing, you're going to know the basics, right? If you went on an ATV today, maybe you had experience, maybe you don't, but an average person goes on an ATV for the first time without any training, he's flipping. Mm-hmm. He goes on a jet ski without anything, he'll flip.
Correct.
But we're giving scooters to kids that are 12 years old, 13 years old. Here, just go, enjoy. Do the parents know how fast it goes? Do the parents know what these things are capable of? Do they know the dangers? No, because Yanko has.
So with training, is it safer? Is it more legit? Is it normal, you're saying now?
I think, obviously, we're here by a pool, right? So there's things here to make it safe. There's a fence.
Right.
But these are givens today. Mm-hmm. We're not holding at a point where the scooter safety issue right now is addressed enough, where people have enough education to know how to ride it. I think even adults.
Yeah, if I were to go on the scooter, I also don't know what will happen.
Right. I mean,
no way. Sorry, Van Lagen. No, it reminds me of my friend's father who tried out for the first time the Segway, heißt es? The one.
Yeah. How many videos are online? There were people flying.
And the older guy, and the mensen zich al zo gedraaid. And for 6 weeks he was in a cast. So I mag hem toen eens lachen. But you're right. You can't be an idiot. I mean, you can't. Clearly, this is making enough noise that for me, when I see a scooter, I'm going to be very careful when I get onto it, or for my brother that I see on it. So yeah.
So, and then this is all before talking about sidewalks, people driving on sidewalks, people driving heavy speeds.
Right.
This is all before that. forget the legality, the responsibility a parent has from a legal perspective. There's so much. I mean, you can go on and on and on. But I think we should also address, like going back what you said, was all these things, taking it away. The idea of don't tell me what to do, like you said, go fly a kite. And I think they're all valid, and I think they should, like I said, they have to be addressed. And parents have to have enough information to be able to make their own decision. And I think that's what we're trying to do. I think, Baruch Hashem, who would have dreamt that? I think we're like 2 months into this heavy
campaign,
quote unquote campaign, which is not even a campaign.
Right.
Not a single dollar was spent. Okay, people don't believe me. Not a single dollar in marketing was. I'm not talking about Kiryas Oil and Williamsburg. They have a general safety campaign. What you see in the media, no one's driving it. No one's forcing anyone. This is all people that are very passionate, and kudos to all of them. All the people that are posting, all the the websites, the social media. Yes, I'm trying, and others are also trying to help, influence and provide some content and provide some narrative. But this is all the community itself, and we created this quote unquote platform. Okay, we didn't even have, there was no campaign, like there was no even name.
Yeah.
Some guy said, "Oh, make a sticker quickly," So he said. 2 months in, when people are still having this conversation, and every day I'm like, okay, how am I going to top yesterday? So Baruch Hashem, Eli Weber called.
Yeah. So now we have a voice of tens of thousands of people can hear this. I want to go back to the problem for a minute, because I wanted to get into all the juicy parts first. But let's address again the problem. What is the problem at the core? What's the problem? When you have to name it, somebody has to have no idea what's going on. They're like, "What's the scooter thing?" For those listening until now, and still don't get it.
The issue is, it's a safety thing. If you go on the street,
no, meaning what's happening. Yeah, what's happening physically right now in our communities that we have to raise this. Not everybody is on status. They're not looking at the news.
So, I encourage anyone that walks on the street to just pay attention to the people that are driving around. Okay, the first thing you'll notice, and this is not the main issue, but the first thing you'll notice is young adults and children riding without helmets, which we can address. I don't think that's really the main point, but it just visually gives you that, like, whoa, they don't really care. They don't care about themselves. That's their problem, and we care about them else, Yiddish can, but that's really for them. Then they're taking rides with their siblings, their friends. They're giving rides to kids on a scooter.
So one kid is holding onto the handle, the other kid is holding him from the back, like there's zero support. It's not a motorcycle.
It's not a motorcycle, okay? And most of these times, they don't even care about their own safety, which is interesting, okay? And they're speeding, weaving in and out of cars, or on a sidewalk where people are with pedestrians, people with strollers, babies, kids. You would think that's a place where people should be safe. And that's the issue. And more you're seeing all these incidents, accidents. Hatzula has given out, many different organizations have given out their own statistic. But a lot of them are very, very similar. 50 in the last month, 50 in the last 2 months.
Wow.
Tens and tens of them being transported.
So that's, I don't want to get into very scary. We tried to stay positive.
Correct.
But what are some of the injuries? What are like the most common injury? Is it on a sidewalk? Is it on the street? And what actually happened?
So what woke up Kiryas Oil was there was one kid that had brain injury.
Okay, so tell me the story.
I don't know
he was
all the
going
details.
Down a block and
he hit his head.
And no car involved. No.
I don't recall.
Happened?
There were so many stories. I don't recall exactly the details. If I recall, I don't believe.
Did he just flip?
If I remember correctly, there was nothing involved.
So he was just driving, on the road or on
maybe
the sidewalk?
on the sidewalk. I don't remember. I think on the sidewalk. Nothing happened. He hit something and he fell and hit his head.
Okay. So from this alone, he had brain permanent damage, or you don't know.
I don't
hopefully
know. I'm not
whatever.
Really
but anyway,
involved.
it got to the point where it injured his brain, which is the most serious injury a person can get.
Right.
So they said, okay.
They said
this is not a toy. How can you give kids?
It's not a toy.
It's like as if imagine one day to another, knives are now a toy for babies of 1 year. Everybody would say you're crazy.
Right.
Okay.
Rabbi Bender said it's like giving a kid a gun.
I mean, mamash.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so that happened to Kiryas Yol. What happens in Borough Park? Is it
So
also
in Bar
sidewalk?
Park, so in Bar Park, there's a lot of these stories. Baruch Hashem, but we have to thank the Eibishter. This doesn't mean that it's okay, but Baruch Hashem, we have to thank the Eibishter that there was no, like, it seems like all the people that are involved are Baruch Hashem are going to be okay. But that, it's not. There are very scary stories, and again, like you said, it's about we're not here to scare anyone.
Yeah.
But there are very, very, very scary stories, and like Rabbi Eli Stefanski said, he said in Shia,
Okay.
he said it's not a question it's a question of how and when someone's going to get into an incident. So it is a pachad, and it has to be addressed, and in the short term, right? That's where the whole idea of yeshivas telling people to stop. In the short term, you need a solution. You can't just continue to let this on. Otherwise, chas v'shalom, it's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
So some people have to step up and speak out and say that we don't accept it as a community.
Right. Where is the step up? Is it to the parents? Is it to the children? Is it to the yeshivas, or all of the above?
If you ask the community organizations, they're going to say we can't tell people what to do, and they're right. They're not wrong.
Okay.
Valid point.
But again, they've put out statements.
They
I mean,
did.
Atzula, Shamram, they've
Education,
all put out.
Yeah, and kudos to Sharmam for retracting the registration. That was a big thing.
Oh, they said they're not registering.
First, they said they're going to they register scooters.
Okay.
And I understand also why.
Right, because they're community service. And they want to be able to find if somebody.
If someone gets stolen. But on the other hand,
and it's expensive, these things.
Right. But on the other hand, you also
encouraging it.
You're endorsing it,
right.
Basically.
Like, come register your gun or whatever. Like.
Yes, gun. That's a totally different topic.
Yeah, whatever.
No, this is politics.
Yeah.
I helped advocate for that too, and in the past.
You think we should have guns?
I think every person should have the right. You don't have to. You have the right. You should have the ability. You should be trained. You should know how to use it, and you should never have to use it. Doesn't mean you have to go be a fanatic. Doesn't mean you have to carry it every day.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a Michiganer, but I don't want to have a gun personally.
Yeah, but what happens when they take away that response that you're not allowed to have? From one day to the next.
So that maybe I feel good that I know that if I want, I could have. But I feel like having it around and not knowing who can find it, how many people have had a gun and they took their own life. Like
it's a very
that's what I'm saying.
It's a very charted territory,
yeah.
Especially when you're comparing it to scooters.
No, I'm not. I'm
because
just
then it comes into the whole different conversations, politics, and in these type of things. But it happens to be there's yesh v'yesh. There's people that feel strongly on one side, people that feel strongly on the other side, and I think people should, at least know that you can have it. Right. You should know that it's an important fact that you should know that you should remember what our history was, and you should remember what our rights. Now we remember how positive our rights are, but if you look back, not too long ago, your rights were taken away, and the fact that you have a right to do something, you should exercise every right you have, and that's where I'll leave it.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, it's interesting to talk about all topics of safety. I mean, people were like, "Oh, safety, okay." People start dieting, and I agree. Health is a huge thing, and Jonathan Schwartz keeps on talking about it. Because health is at the core of everything, of almost every illness or problem or whatever. So safety is a big thing. I think we all want to be safe, and by nature, a person wants to play it safe. Klal Yisrael is very safe. That's why we live condensed in the major cities and all together, so that if God forbid something happens, and that's why we have our own Shamram Chavayra Matzula, because it's safety anxiety, like health anxiety, whatever. We have a lot of these kind of Sachen, but safety is an important. I mean, I'm saying it's normal for us to feel unsafe, like you said, when we have a history. Klal Yisrael has a history.
I mean, that's what we go by, right? There's there's so obviously I mean, there's so. The Torah gives you guidelines about how to deal with this, and this is, I think, I was in touch with, the Sach Sarabuna,
Okay.
and they very strongly support it. This whole concept. They have a strong Kol Koida, and they write over there. They cite from that it's chaylik of apocalypse.
Why?
Not to be safe, not to do things and do things that are obvious lakuna is to an extent
Right.
is a point of apocalypse.
Okay, so I'm just curious this question before we move on. Is a kid driving on a track or in Central Park with a helmet, with both his hands on the thing, is with a scooter that goes 10 or 15 miles per hour, is that considered safe? Or that's also a hazard and whatever, unsafe?
So I'll answer it in a different way. Okay, there are rules. Right now, the rules are what the law is.
Okay.
So you're gonna say who is a politician to tell me what to do? That's the same people that are, are saying, go fly a kite, also tell you that part. But rules, there's a reason why there's rules. It's driven by science. It's driven by data.
Correct.
That's why they make these rules. And as a society, if we don't have rules, so it's a free for all. You could just do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
I could come in here with I could do whatever I want. So we have rules, and we have to follow them. Just like you can't speed. People understand why you can't pass a red light stop, because why not? Free choice. I want to pass it. Why are you telling me when I should stop at the red light? Who are you? That people understand. So, so the rules are in New York State. Let's just talk about that. I don't know where in New Jersey. New Jersey has different rules and different laws.
Okay.
But in New York State, a scooter cannot have a capacity of more than 20 miles an hour.
Okay.
A scooter cannot exceed more than 15. Meaning, the scooter can't be able to go 20 miles an hour, but you have to drive it 5 miles below the speed limit.
Okay.
You're not driving on sidewalks. I think of a park is also not allowed. Mm-hmm. You have to be 16 years or older, and then obviously helmets.
Okay.
So that takes
that
away.
That alone shows you a little bit v'satitzach.
Yeah.
It gives you perspective.
Correct, and it takes away. If you look on the street, it takes away a very, very overwhelming majority of the people that are using scooters.
Mm-hmm. Right. Wow. So I guess when it comes to purchasing the scooter, it's not like a car where they make you go through a process and a system and age and whatever.
Correct.
This you just go onto Amazon,
you buy
and
it,
you order it.
There's no training, there's no permits, there's no tests, there's no
license.
I encourage everyone to go on YouTube or wherever you're watching this video and try to find educational videos. And I tried looking to be able to spread. There's guys explaining how to, with 50-mile-an-hour bikes, how to drive professionally. Kids Dame, go find a video teaching a kid how to ride it. You won't find.
Wow. Okay, now Baruch, the $1 million question, we didn't even address it yet, is how long ago did you start this? What are your efforts? Okay, we heard all the opinions and the danger and who's responsible and everything around scooter. But when did you get into this? How did it escalate? A lot of people that told me to discuss this topic told me also that you're like the leader, you're leading this behind the scenes campaign. And you mentioned you're in talks with Tzach L'Sarabunam. You're an EMT yourself. Like you're into safety and medical, and you want the people's safety. So when did you start this campaign? When did you see it starting to escalate? What are the steps that you took? If you can give me a rundown of the things that you've done till this point, till today.
Sure. So it started, I think, like 6 years ago when I started voicing my opinion. I tried to advocate, like whatever I could. If I see things that need to, I've been involved in different advocacy efforts over the years.
What happened?
I'm a regular
6 years
guy.
Ago? What happened 6 years ago?
6 years ago, what exactly happened? I was driving.
Okay.
I saw these scooters, deliveries, bikers, people just. I nearly hit one.
Yeah.
Again, I wasn't distracted. Nothing. I'm driving on the street. One guy hit me, and I was like very. It hit me. That was like a light bulb moment. Like if no one's talking about this, nobody cares. At that point, this was before any of the organizations said anything, and I was posting on my status, talking about it, and at that time I was a minority. People thought I was mamash crazy. Mm-hmm. Good friends of mine that are in the medical field, like you said, also didn't completely understand where I was coming from. You know, but I continued.
How did they see it? Did they see it as just a toy? Like
A
it's a
lot of
bike?
because it wasn't as popular.
Why is a bike safer, by the way?
It goes slower.
Okay.
I think there's
It's not
more.
electric.
It's more like not. It's not electric. It goes much slower. There's more education, and the risk of injury is, if it's statistically, is less.
Why?
It just is. I mean, most kids that come off a bike, if they're wearing a helmet, because it's also slower, usually that saves them most of the
Right.
time.
You're in control of the bike. You're using your body for the bike.
It's larger
So-
wheels. I think you have more control.
Yeah.
There's a lot
It's
of.
just a flying machine.
It's a flying machine, 50 miles an hour. Boom! You hit a pebble and you're just toast.
Uh-huh.
Angry Birds.
Wow. Okay, so you were posting on
I
status.
saw it on a status, and fast forward, people used to send me videos. I would send it. I was the scooter guy. I don't
Right.
know. Everyone
Your
knew.
friends at least knew,
At least knew
you're
those.
the guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then fast forward, there was some campaigns happening. There was a renewed attention to the story, and again, I started again, and I felt like at that time the messaging was a little laxed. It was like, and kudos, Hatzula gets a lot of credit, but Baruch Hatzula came out with a campaign, and that gave me like a fire. But deep down, I was like, this is not enough. It was a graphic. It was everything. And like something doesn't add up. And I started talking about it more, and I started, and I was posting at different places, and I was getting the responses that I was getting. I was like, wait a second, I'm not such a minority anymore. And I was reading, and I was interacting with people, and I was hearing all the different sides. And I'm like, there's enough of a voice over here that if we just come out strong, things. So in the beginning, we used, me at least, different language, like banning, moistus, we tried to really drive the attention, and it just took off. I would reach out. I made it like a goal, to reach out to different influencers, different people, to try to get their opinion, to try to start conversation and try to, give them some material, and it just picked up. It's just like, and I still today I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. I'm taking it. I mean it seriously. Someone told me, I heard a story from someone in LA. He heard Baruch Guttman. There's another Baruch Guttman that lives in Hollywood that posts also on his status. I'm not the only guy.
Wow.
So it's not. I can't say that it's not me. I am involved and I am helping and I am pushing, but it's not just me. It's everyone. The people watching it, the people posting on the Bungle County chats. And who would imagine a Bungle County chat?
So where are the efforts right now? I hear the history. Where we stand right now? Is it banned? Is it legal? Do you feel like your voice was heard and that the people's voice were heard? Meaning, is it less now? Do you feel better at where we are?
Listen, we may have won the battle that it's
Okay.
out there. The war, it's not a war against scooters, but just use that, thing. The
It's
war
not
against
over.
scooters is not over.
Why? Because
Because
parents are still going to buy it, kids are still going to get it.
Because
What's going on?
we're right there. We're not much there. We have to keep pushing it, but we're right there. That there's still a lot of parents that just don't know how to tell their kid no. Every kid in my class has a scooter. Why should I be different? Parents need that. Need that help.
Are they not
The encouragement.
seeing the ads from Atzula, the videos from Atzula discouraging people about this?
So I had conversations with people around me, and they know. They say, I don't know what to do. I said, you really don't know what to do? Yes, there are parents, and I feel I understand them. I really do. Let's think in their shoes. There's not a parenting thing, but you can go and you can look it up yourself. How do they tell they bought it for them? They bought the scooter for their son, or their son took their $500 from Hanukkah Geld and bought a scooter. He has it for 3 years. Yeah, maybe he fell. Maybe he didn't tell his parents. Maybe his parents don't know how fast the scooter goes. Wait, from one day to the next, take it away. So you have to have this education. You have to explain. You have to teach, and you have to still talk about it. And some parents say, "Why should me tell the yeshivas? Why should I tell my son? You should do it." And the yeshivas say, "Why is it my responsibility? You're educating your kid.
Wow.
I'm a shit if you're in your chinuch. I'm not the sole chinuch." So no, it's not over. Definitely not.
I think they really have to go old school. Zwei Patchen around a bet. No scooter for you, you know what I'm saying?
That definitely works, but
Right?
that definitely works. But sometimes, it could also backfire, which I understand the people that say that it can
So,
backfire.
right, so Numushal and Kiryas Yol, are you allowed to drive a scooter? Now you mentioned
No.
Kiryas Yol.
Kiryas
That's a
Yol-
controlled place. They have.
Kiryas is an animal for itself. I think we all know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the way the community, the government, that town is ran different, and when they make a decision, it's over.
Right. So did they make a
Yeah,
decision
they
against
said,
it and
yeah,
it's over?
yeah, they said
So
it's over.
Kiryas Yol is your favorite.
KSL basically said this is done.
This is done. There's no such a thing.
It's going to take time to implement, but it's basically done. Yeah.
And who implements it? Dan Hula?
Yeah.
The Kehilla? How does it? Do you know? Is it the
Yeah,
Vad? Is it
I don't know how
the
it operates
Chayde? The
there, but
Moisdas?
they did together.
As a community, they said, "I'm sorry, it's
Yeah,
not."
they ran a full-blown thing from all angles, but coordinated. But you can't replicate that anywhere.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. You said it's an animal for itself as a compliment. Just want people
No,
to
yeah,
know.
chas v'shulam. I mean, like it's a coordinated effort, and you can't replicate
Like they're
that anywhere
powerful.
else.
They're very powerful. So
Yeah.
darf man reden to Skver. I went to yeshiva in Skver, but I'm not sure. I think they used to have. They're very popular into the bikes that you sit on the floor, and you
Some of them never led bikes.
no.
No.
Oh, but Skver ook het niet dacht. That's why they had the floor bikes, the three wheel bikes. It's called. By the way, is a regular scooter by any means dangerous? I almost forgot to ask.
There is.
I mean, I'm asking you because
yeah.
not that you're like the scooter expert, but I always say
I
an
hear the
expert.
opinions.
You hear the opinions.
Yeah.
You did the
research, yeah.
thousands of hours of research. Is a regular scooter? First of all, I would just want to say my opinion with a regular scooter is that if you have to walk or use a scooter, walk. Because I recently used the scooter and I had back pain. It was a lot harder for me to scooter, but that's just me because. But okay, is a regular scooter. Yeah.
Look, so the campaign, the narrative that I was, is really e-bikes and e-scooters. I felt like the more you push, you dilute the message. But I spoke to, let's say, Dayunim, Rabunam, and they say, why are you stopping by e-scooters? Take away the e. So I said, because the attention is there and people understand that, and it takes away the focus. I think people have to understand this is a safety campaign generally. The focus is on e-scooters and e-bikes, but it's a safety campaign.
Right.
And yeah, people have to be safe. People have to do things responsibly. And yes, that includes bikes, that includes pools, that includes cars, it includes people walking on the street, it includes everything.
Right. Where can I find the most dangerous? What's the most dangerous e-scooter you know of?
There are so many. I didn't research every model because I'm not buying one. But
Okay.
there are scooters that go 40, 50 miles an hour.
40, 50 miles per hour. And what's it meant for? What's it built for?
So it became a sport.
Really?
Yeah.
Like people, they have scooters, a scooter collection, they go
No, they enjoy
together, a
it.
gang of scooters.
Yeah, they enjoy it. It's why did it become so popular?
Why?
It's not very expensive.
Correct. It's
Compared to a car,
$400-$500,
compared to a motorcycle, compared to a moped, it's very cheap.
Okay.
There's no regulation, no licensing, no nothing. So anyone that can't drive a car for whatever reason.
Gets a scooter.
Today I saw someone driving a scooter. I was on the way here to the thing. I don't want to say what I saw, but you can use your own imagination. He was not capable of probably walking on the street himself, and he was on a scooter.
Wow. So you're saying a lot of people, they're using this as a means of transportation. Literally.
And it took off like a firestorm.
Yeah.
And it came so fast that the Mayo Clinic and all these people that would make all this data can't even produce it so fast. It took off way faster than
I feel like electric scooters are around for 10, 15 years for sure already, no?
but not like this.
Because it gets cheaper and cheaper.
It got cheaper and cheaper.
Electronics get cheaper.
This you probably remember. When the e-scooter, what was the biggest issue with the e-scooter? They said it was the biggest issue was going to be that it catches fire. Remember, they made laws, it can't be in buildings, it created fires.
Oh, okay.
That was the hype then.
Yeah.
10 years ago, 8 years ago, and you know that. So yeah, it's a relatively new thing. It's not.
Wow. It's very interesting.
I mean, there's the other things that I think is very, very important to address. We touched the chalik of the parents, right? Everyone should do their own research. I think you have enough information already here. The yeshivas, I still think, I still encourage, I don't know, courage, but every yeshiva should do whatever they should ask their own das Torah. I still personally believe that in the short interim, we need a pause, we need a reset. And then there's also, which I don't think we touched enough, is which people always bring up, is, when it comes to, don't tell me what to do, right? So I think people understand for themselves certain safety things. We addressed it a little bit. Let's say red light, a seat belt. You're not going to give your kid a motorcycle. So everyone has to have these conversations. And I think with the education aspect of it, which I think we're very, very far behind, which I don't know if we can catch fast enough. I think when you bring everything together and you think about it from all angles, and the yeshiva pushes on one side, the parents push on the other side, the education, kids see what happens to their friends. Eventually, something will come out of it, and hopefully we can put this all to bed.
Right. Wow. I have a few interesting safety questions for you in general, since you're the guy for safety, and we're approaching
Someone asked me
summer right now.
who decided you're the safety commissioner. I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not the
you
safety
could. You
guy.
could be safety commissioner.
You know
You know what I'm
do my
saying? You never
established.
know. You're helping Klal Yisrael. There was a topic, there was a topic of, we spoke about guns a minute ago, but about having a gun by every shul. Do you think, I'm just curious, from one random guy to another, do you think that that's important to have do you have a
I
gun
think-
license? Seems like you do.
Whatever. Have.
Okay.
I think when it comes to security, everyone should be secure. Having a shield has its own set of challenges. There's legal challenges about carrying a shield. There's also the safety aspect of kedaishim, which is very, very important. People
To make sure not to drink if you're carrying,
yeah.
okay.
But yeah,
I mean,
the
I know I
security
have a
around-
friend that doesn't carry when he goes to shul. He
Yeah.
likes to drink and he
Right.
never carries. But Stamazoy, on the week that he's not going to drink, or he does carry, okay. But do you think it's important to have in our shuls? I mean,
I think everyone, a gun is a proactive thing. But by the time you call the cops, the story already happened. A gun is something that's reactive. So yes, I mean, I think there is a form of shtadlus. There definitely is. Many rabbunim that say that. And I think the fact that how it became so popular in our community just proves that that it's important.
right.
I mean, Jersey City, the Hanukkah attack. I mean, that's when people really woke up, and then there was obviously October 7th, and then
You had
also
Montreal this week.
Montreal, yeah, it's
Crazy.
yeah.
Few people died.
Yeah, Australia,
Yeah.
even in 770. Today it's a guy with a car, tomorrow it's someone else. Chas v'sholom, but it's
We got to be safe. The topic of e-cigs, because I feel like this intertwines. I wish I would have an e-cig expert, but
you could call
no,
Yonis
because you
Shah.
were saying, yeah, because you were saying,
Eli Stefanski.
yeah, Eli also addresses community topics.
So yeah, he
Jonas
did.
and I know Eli also.
Reb Eli,
Yeah,
Magachid, he, he's changed a lot of people's lives, in terms of everything, all aspects of life. But yeah, he did address it. He addressed the vapes, and yeah, and he's helping a lot of people, and Jonathan together, and they're all, it's
The Jewish kid stores, toy stores, they don't sell these scooters, I'm assuming.
So Jonathan put out he stopped.
Oh,
Which
wow.
Kol hakavod to him. So a lot of shooting, a lot of losses.
Yeah.
He said he'll have, but yeah.
Wow.
I mean, even people say, okay, why'd you stop? Scooters, e-vapes, this, dieting, it never ends. It's true, but we gotta focus. Health is a big topic today.
Yeah, if we save one life, I think, and we probably did, it's already important. But what the topic of e-cigs, because now you were saying that the number one issue that all doctors are talking about now is the scooters. A year ago it was e-cigs, the vapes and whatever. So how does that?
I guess they look and they come to the ER and they see that there's so many. The doctors are saying like, there was, I don't even know which hospital. There was a lady doctor was saying that that you have a code for heart attacks and this strokes. She says today when they see an e-scooter, like it's almost like I don't know if in reality it's a whole, like they see you think, oh, they gotta run. It's a serious emergency.
Oh, wow.
So I guess that's what's driving it. They see the amount of hospitalizations, they see the amount of serious injuries, and that's what's driving the
And the vapes, why wasn't that such a big campaign? I'm trying to think. I think it's more dangerous because it's a lot smaller.
Correct.
Like, everybody has it in the pocket.
It became an addiction. So people are doing
Correct.
it all day. It
Right.
is an issue. I think it's because, and he spoke about it again, Rabbi Stefanski. He, that from one day to the next, people, all of a sudden he didn't wake up. But it's harder to address and identify. I think, like a scooter, you see someone driving, then you see someone on the floor, then you see him bleeding, he's in the ambulance, chas v'shulam. Vape, it's not that dramatic.
There was somebody that vaped and didn't wake up.
He said in Shi that he's a smoker, and the next morning he didn't wake up.
Oh, so you're saying it's harder to connect.
Very
the
rare do you see, how he died from.
From right.
It's not,
Oh, vape is
True,
a
yeah.
longer effect. Yeah. It can take years till you get to the dangerous part. Over here, it's on your streets and it's happening daily. They had like in one day, in 2 hours, 3 different
Right.
accidents.
Correct.
So by the way, but that was also, I think it was also, they were also making a campaign now about crossing.
So crossing is
So-
is a thing. You look around. I mean, I think we're all guilty of it, to an extent. That that you walk on the street, and you walk between cars. You walk against the light. Drivers are all distracted. Not all, but a lot. Drivers are now more distracted.
Right.
People are distracted. I got hit by a car walking across the street. In Flatbush, a lady came, boom, hit me.
Wow.
I was not doing nothing wrong because my light, everything. I'm on flying 10, 15 feet.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, all these things are important. What they're doing in Williamsburg is very good. I mean, it's
What are they doing in Williamsburg?
They have a whole campaign, Vinishmatem, they're saying why it used to be when we were kids, Kasper crossing the gas. How come
Right.
you don't hear that anymore?
Also, pastnish. I don't know. I guess the people are embarrassed to ask. Why?
I don't know. So they're like, why? It became a normal thing. The kids
I
walk
used
on the
to
street.
ask people to
Yeah,
cross.
yeah, everyone. You'd be deathly afraid to walk on the street.
Well, yeah. Oh, so what happened now that people are crossing? Right. It's a good question.
Is there an answer? I don't think there is.
I think there's an answer, by the way. If I have to think of an answer, is like you said, people are distracted.
Yeah.
They're busy, vayukten verplukt, no judgment, but vayukten verplukt, and they just don't get to it. They just don't think. They're like, yeah, just go out in the grocery, watch how you cross.
Right.
Instead of,
People on the street itself are also very distracted.
correct. So it's a lot harder to ask somebody to cross you if they're on a phone or.
Yeah. He sees his father on his phone all day. His father's ignoring him. When I see him on the street, some random stranger, I should ask him. I can't get my father's attention when he's on the phone. I should get some
Right.
random stranger.
Right. Wow. Very nice. Okay. So much. We learned so much today.
I hope so.
Baruch, thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And yeah, Muchy, how long are we sitting here already? It's an hour? Wow.
Wow. A closing statement?
Yeah. Yeah. What is there anything else that you want to say, that you thought of saying?
I want to ask one question
Ah.
before we finish. What's with all the people that are going to say, like, Lucia, saying this, not this, not this, not like what's
Right.
the average kid for our listeners, Eli?
Yeah.
What's the average kid that's listening or booking?
Okay.
Kennis tanzen mee,
Right.
kennis vapen, kennis smoken, kennis
Right.
scooters, bij cashier.
Yeah. Let me say his question just so on the mic over. The producer Muchy is asking that we have a lot of kids listening to this. That's why the podcast is PG. 12, 13-year-olds, I know they're listening, young Bukharam, young girls, and they are scooter users. We
Right.
didn't even address these people. They are scooter.
We
By the
should.
way,
Yeah.
it's funny because Yereds Dutze Eltern, we have a lot of kids. We have a hotline. We have kids listening to this. What do we tell them? Like, okay, so pack weg the scooter, and where do I get the thrill? Why? Like, okay, I want to risk it. It's fine. Yeah, I understand it. 4 kids got injured or 10 kids got injured and 1 seriously. Okay, fine. Things happen with every sport. Where's my outlet?
So where your outlet is I think a community. There's no one size fits all answer, right? It depends who's listening, right? So one guy's going to play keyboard, and then someone's going to say play something else. But what they should know, and I think if they think about it to themselves, they may need an adult to explain it to them. But I think they can understand themselves that they know good and well that their parents don't know what this is capable of. Did you know that a scooter can be limited? Just like you can lock your phone, most scooters, you can lock the
Speed.
speed.
So-
Why would any kid tell it to a parent? Why would the parent even know? So I think that they know good and well that what it's capable of, and I think they know good and well the dangers that it has. How many near misses? The kid gets up where they get into an accident, they just drive away. Hit and runs. Think about it. Kids are committing hit and runs come out on a daily basis. So I think the kids themselves know how bad it is. I just think it's just not being addressed. It's just not being talked about. And to address the fact, what could they do? They could, obviously it's also a shkufel thing, but on a safety perspective, they can do whatever they want as long as they're doing it safe. And the reason why we got here is because it's not being done safe. So I think we have to, if scooters are not eradicated from the world, which probably it won't happen, right? It's going to come back in a safer form. And if it's done in a safe way, and I think we have to just learn from that. I think anything we have to do, we just can't do it to an extreme, right? You can go dance by a chasana, just don't throw a chuzim 40 feet up in the air.
Can't tanzen wie a chamar. Just don't. What's that? Had a video go viral about me saying I'm zonder tanzen wie a chamar.
No, I think
But
in
100%,
general, we
there's a
have to do
safety.
things normal. We have to
Yeah.
be normal, and we have to do things the way the normal world does it.
Yeah. I would talk to my followers and I would say, Tayra Bukhrul, be careful. It's your life. Be careful. It's not worth it. It's not worth to be even that one in a million. It's funny because it's okay to do thrills. You don't have to be scared of every moment of
No,
life.
you shouldn't.
But a mental's unsafe. Unfortunately, you hear these tragedies and accidents and this. Majority of them could have been prevented.
Yes, reckless things.
Exactly. You don't have to do the crazy. I just saw on the news somebody died from bungee jumping.
Yes.
You don't have to bungee
There was
jump.
no safety protocols.
Yes.
Otherwise
You don't have to. Don't go in a lake when nobody is there. Don't go to the beach when nobody's there. I used to like to go swimming alone. And
very
I remember
nice.
once asking somebody, and I was like, I'm an adult. Do I have to have somebody watch me go swimming? And they said yes.
Yeah.
Why? Because things can happen.
Yeah.
Chas v'sholem, you jump and you hit your head. Chas v'sholem, you jump and you lose consciousness, whatever it
Especially
is.
in an ocean.
So, especially in an ocean, but even in a pool. So don't do stupid things. You're enjoying the thrill, then you're not the guy. It's irrelevant even this conversation. But for people, especially the summer is coming now, don't do stupid things.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Don't play with fire. Don't play with a weapon. Don't play with sharp things. Try to be, because that's where my anxious side comes in. I like to be safe. I like to.
It doesn't mean that everything is usir.
Yeah.
It just means that when things get out of control, unfortunately, you have to pull back.
100%. It's rather to live without a scooter than not to live with a scooter.
The convenience. I mean, obviously, it's true. Now your podcast like everyone else with the quotes.
Yeah.
All right, we're good?
Listen, also, Chevre, if you have a friend that has a scooter, shik es harim. And yeah, you had a closing statement that you wanted to say? Anything else you wanted to
Yeah,
mention?
I think the closing statement is what I've learned from this is that don't be afraid to voice your opinion.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid. And you say, how could I change the world? I'm not going to say I did. I'm not trying to say that. But how could it make small impacts, can make a difference. And the people that are talking about it and continuing the conversation, and they're doing it because they care, those are the people that are getting the credit. And it's not even only about this, it's about in general. If you see something, say something, right? That's the old saying. And if you do that, and we don't keep our eyes closed simply because everyone has, and we're not afraid, and then Message Hashem, we'll only see positivity.
Positivity, exactly. Thank you so much, Baruch. Really, really powerful. And thank you, everybody, for listening and joining this episode. Muchy, should I do the raffle now? Is it live?
Yeah.
You can do the raffle live, because I started a chabazach. There's a comment of the podcast, automatically goes into a raffle of a $50 quick pay. We've been doing this for like a half a year already. And it encourages people. I think I'm just going to choose again, Muchy. Just a random...
A swipe.
Yeah, swipe, Muchy. That's what the big YouTubers do.
Yeah.
Maskam? Okay. Producer is Maskam. So the last episode was a solo podcast. It got 40 comments. It's a very nice number. And I'm stopping here by Rocky Teitelbaum.
Congratulations, Raki Tatabam.
Congratulations, Rocky Teitelbaum. I don't know if that's a men's name, Will's name, whatever. Either way, you're the winner.
What was his comment?
And his comment was, most don't have it. If they step out of the circle, the family outs them. And I'm quite sure no one calls someone out from leaving a table to go to the bathroom. I don't know if he was pro or negative. I'm not sure. But
Either way,
Rocky,
thank you for your comment.
yeah, and he made a whole chain zach. So comment on this one to enter a raffle for $50. Quick pay. Subscribe to the membership. It's $9.99 a month, and we have bonus footage from every episode over the last year that was recorded. So you'll see very interesting of before the podcast with the guest and after the podcast with the guest. Some things that are not said over here. Sometimes just episodes just for the members, and it supports the channel. Subscribe because it means the world to me. We're trying to hit 10K, guys. Please subscribe. Muchy, this episode we should start with a subscribe. Minus 10 seconds. A video, please subscribe. We're trying to reach 10K. And share it with a friend that can enjoy, a friend that has a scooter. Thank you so much, guys. All the information, if you want to get in touch with me personally, is in the bio. Baruch, I think we can leave your WhatsApp number if somebody feels that they want to help out with the campaign or they want to reach out to you personally. I'm going to put a link to his WhatsApp and Mitzshem in the description. And again, thank you to Sierra Safety for sponsoring this episode. It's very much appreciated. Again, info@sierra-newyork.com. The number of Sierra Safety, 646-773-4900. Your one-stop shop if you need a site safety, a fire safety, or safety plans for your construction site. Construction people and business owners and real estate owners, this is for you. Reach out to Sierra Safety, SIERRA -ny.com is the website. Over there you can see all the information. Thank you.
And you said you have 4 years of experience, so we can talk about if you want to get a superintendent license.
Oh, I think I have one. An
Oh, you
OSHA
do?
license I have, I
OSHA.
think. Yeah. Kevra,
All right,
thank you.
shkoyach, thank you.